Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Big Game coverage after the night beat. We'll show you all the action from around the area, our BGC road trip, and show you who will play on Saturday. But first, Mary, any surprises from tonight's matchups?
No surprises per se, but one thing I noticed in the games that I got and edited, Larry, the running backs came alive. Lots of rushing touchdowns, so keep an eye out for that. All
right, well, let's show you what happened tonight and get you caught up. Let's get going with Big Game coverage.
Hi, we're Bernie Greyhound Cheer, and you're watching Big Game coverage on KSAT 12.
Let's go, Bernie! Come on, BHS! Let's go, purple and white!
Alamo Heights at Bernie was our game of the week. It's a District 13 5A D2 opener for both sides, and UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor was at our game of the week tonight. The Roadrunners have a bye this week, Mary, so it certainly works out perfect for Coach.
Yeah, that works out, and I imagine Coach Traylor has mixed feelings in this one because his best friend is Heights head coach Rod Ritteman, and his two nephews play for the Greyhounds.
All right, let's get to those highlights. Second quarter, Bernie's leading 7-0 when they get more. Quarterback Grant Sweeney goes play action, then throws a nice ball to Zach Frazier for a 44-yard touchdown, and the home team is leading 14-0. They led 21-7 before the Mules tied it up. Direct snap goes to the very dangerous running back DK Garza, and we are tied at 21 all in the second quarter, but the Greyhounds would take the lead before halftime. Check it out. 3 seconds to go. Quarterback Grant Sweeney dancing around, buying time. First half horn goes off. He throws up a Hail Mary to the end zone, and it is answered. Eli Nicholas, 40 yards for the touchdown, and the Greyhounds going to halftime up 28-21, and Bernie wins a very hard-fought game, 37-35, handing the Mules their first loss of the season.
Guys, this is why you do this. You know, you get a game, a great environment, great town, a great team, and both teams are playing their butts off, and that's why you play. This is, if you don't appreciate this kind of environment, high school football, I don't know what I can do for you. So it's a great game to be a part of either way.
It was a heck of a game. It was real fun. Went down to the end there, but it was a great game. We both played great games. Hey, good job on them. They kicked us in the teeth a few times, but we got back up and we returned the favor.
It was a big game. Playing Alamo Heights, lost by 7 last year, but yeah, we're just looking forward to it all year and came out on top. So
it's a huge win. We played them twice. We've lost twice. It was just really big to finally beat them, and it's huge. It was at home. This is a big game. Usually one of these two teams wins district championship, so this really meant a lot. It was good.
What a game of the week. Let's go to Smithson Valley High School now, where the Rangers are taking on the Piper Warriors in district play, a backyard rivalry. First quarter, Piper ball, Chase Lyons throws it to Brady Hopper for a nice gain. That would eventually lead to a field goal for Piper, and this one was tied at 3-all after one. Second quarter, we get our first touchdown of the game. Ty Knutson hands it off to Caleb Piegler, and he finds the end zone as the Rangers take the lead 10-3 before we had to leave, and the Rangers win this district contest 27-17.
All right, now a District 29 6A opener between 2-2 Clemens and 3-1 Steele. First quarter, Steele senior running back Jonathan Hatton takes the handoff. Beautiful blocking by his O-line, and leave the rest to Hatton and his speed. The Knights take a 7-0 lead with that 60-yard rushing touchdown. And hey, shout out Vikings. A little Justin Jefferson fan runs up to Hatton to celebrate. All right, Steele's not done. Hatton scores again soon after, and it's Steele finishing on top 48-20. Sticking with District 29 6A, Judson hosting East Central. Both teams went 1-3 in their non-district schedule. Game is tied at 7 when Hornets QB Isaiah Gonzalez throws a dart to Anthony Morales, and he barrels in for 6. Later, a Judson misfire leads to sophomore Tymir Ellison picking off the pass, and he returns it, tackled though just short of the goal line. The Rockets punched it in soon after, and in the end, in overtime, Judson proves victorious 34-27.
And let's go to Harlandale Memorial Stadium now, where the Harlandale Indians were hosting the Kerrville Tivy Antlers tonight. Some 13 5A2 action. First quarter, Antlers ball. QB Colin Rose pitches it to Aiden Zavala. He runs right, then cuts back inside, gets out of a tackle and works his way in for a sweet 20-yard touchdown run and a 7-0 Tivy lead. And Tivy takes it 42-34. Highlands and Edison were playing football tonight at the SAISD Sports Complex. Second quarter, Al's ball. Handoff goes to number 20, Darius Long, for a 6-yard score, and it's 43-0 Highlands. Edison, though, would get on the board before Josh the Photog left. Jacob Gonzalez lofts it up to number 2, Alonzo Perez, and bye-bye defense. They're not going to get him. 83 yards to the house to get the Golden Bears on the board, but Highlands goes on to win by a final of 65-6. The Brackenridge Eagles were looking to wipe out the Sam Houston Hurricanes tonight at Alamo Stadium. Third quarter, Eagles ball. Tristan Trujillo gets it, and he scampers in for a 25-yard touchdown, and Brack is down 20-6. The Hurricanes would score right before we left. Xavier Youngblood scores on a 1-yard keeper, and the Canes win by a final of 34-12.
All right, John Jay ranked 8th in 12's top 12 up against a winless EP win program. First quarter, the Mustangs handed off to sophomore running back Brendan Oliver. Oliver turns on the burners and leaves everyone in the dust. That's a 58-yard rushing TD for Jay. Still first quarter, Jay up 10-0 now. Brendan gets the rock again right up the gut and slips through every single tackle for another house call. And this one was all John Jay. They win at 44-13. Okay, Larry, here it is. We've got a monkey costume and a giraffe front row.
All right.
Tonight's showdown between unbeaten second-ranked Harlan and O'Connor. Harlan up 35-0 in the second frame when sophomore running back Cash Manis takes the handoff, and he'll go all the way to the 30, the 20, the 10. Manis makes the 83-yard house call. All right, later, Harlan extends its lead past the senior Marquez Perkins. Good luck tackling him. He bounces off a defender, and he'll find Pater from 37 yards out. Harlan, they stay perfect on the season, 55-7.
And Holy Cross was home tonight, taking on New Braunfels Christian. First quarter, no score. The Knights are on the move. Handoff goes to Taylor Flores. And look at this young man run down the sideline, fighting for every single yard, and good for a pickup of 30. Moments later, Taylor Flores, well, he would cap off the drive with this 4-yard touchdown. Holy Cross takes the early lead 7-0, and Holy Cross wins by a final of 42-7. We are just about done with our first block tonight. We've still got the BGC road trip to go.
But first, let's take a listen to the Taft Raider Band. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our big game coverage recap after the night beat. Before we get to the highlights from the BGC road trip, let's check out the preview we had on Seguin right before kickoff. If this year's game is anything like last year between Seguin and Bernie Champion, the crowd at Matador Stadium on homecoming night is in for a treat, because this time last year, Seguin came out on the winning end of a barn burner with the Chargers, 73-66. Now the Matadors like where they're at coming into this matchup. They've won 3 straight games in response to a tough Week 1 loss to Alamo Heights, and most recently, Seguin defeated Victoria East 38-21 to start District 13 5A D1 action 1-0.
Every week you put the tape on, we're getting better. We're still not the best we could be yet, but every week they kind of come with a plan to clean something up that week, and you see it on video that it's improved from week to week.
It's really important for us, got to go 1-0 every week. It's a new challenge every week, so that's how we look at it. Every week's going to be a battle. Just trying to scratch one off at a time, worry about who we're playing, and not really worried about the next week.
We're practicing hard. We're a lot physical out here. We like to bring it, and energy is a huge thing for us. When we're down in energy, we just can't do nothing. But this week we've been up, and we've been trying to put more energy on every side of the ball.
Well, on the other hand, Bernie Champion, they're 2-2, coming off of a loss to the defending state champions, Smithson Valley.
I know it won't affect them that much, playing Smithson Valley. It's a tough team, but yeah, they're one of those teams that'll fight, and they're not going to stop. So they play hard, and we're going to have to play harder than them if we want to win this game.
Last year they scheduled us as their homecoming, so we kind of took that personal, being that they thought it was going to be an easy game, and then we ended up winning that.
We're the Seguin High School cheerleaders, and you're watching the big game coverage on KSAT 12.
All right, there's plenty of energy, ear-piercing screams, and that means it's homecoming night. Seguin hosting their district rivals, Bernie Champion, and as we just talked about this year, this matchup last year produced 139 total points, with Seguin winning. First quarter, Champion on the board first. That's senior back Zachary Garcia's number called for the goal line score, and later after the sun set, Seguin on the attack. Senior QB Corey Daly He steps up in the pocket and he hits a wide open Ian Moreno for the touchdown. Now Seguin in the red again. It's Moreno again, but this time the senior earns it. He gets in for the touchdown, and this one proved again to be a barn burner. We'll check in with the final shortly. Now we go to Marion, where the student section is alive. Marion was up big when we arrived, but Poteet showing some life late. That's Isaiah Hall with the chunk play. He uses the stiff arm for the extra yards. And to move the Pirates into scoring territory, Poteet able to score soon after. All right, let's see how these games finished. Bernie Champion defeats Seguin 57-50. Marion finishes on top 50-20 over Poteet, and Lavernia. We had some difficulties, weren't able to get to this game, but they beat Marble Falls 63-21.
All right, check out some more scores tonight. Clark defeats Lee in a shutout 42-0. Medina Valley won on the road at Eagle Pass by a final of 47-38. We've also got two more scores hopefully coming up. Davenport defeats Pleasanton 63-7. Bandera by 1 over Hondo tonight 26-25. What a ball game. Poth wins at Karnes City 42-6. Austin St. Michael's defeats Antonian by 5 47-42. We've also got Canyon Lake all over Kennedy with 2 wins 56-6. And Nixon Smiley was 1 better than Cotulla tonight. 7-6 is your final there. We've also got Llano shutting out Comfort 40-0. And Schulenburg defeats Kennedy with 1 end, Mary, 47-26.
Important distinction.
Yes.
All right, the menu on Saturday to round out week 5 of BGC. Brandeis versus Johnson at 7 o'clock at Comalander Stadium. Reagan takes on Roosevelt at Hero Stadium at 7 o'clock. There's also Southwest Legacy facing Laredo Figueroa at 7. Stevens versus Taft, also a 7 o'clock kickoff. Brackett faces DeHennis tomorrow at 7 p.m.
My most influential person is probably my mom. She always holds me to all the standards I want to achieve.
Make sure to join us on Sunday during the Night Beat. We'll feature our next Scholar Athlete of the Week. We air a different senior student athlete every Sunday, so make sure to join us to see who is featured next.
And I think that Peter and Pop felt it was necessary to put the best product on the floor.
We knew it was real, and you saw the Spurs flags, banners on cars, and you're right, when we got back from the airport and 5,000 people were at the airport.
Don't forget, you can catch up on many features and extended interviews that we streamed online. Just go to the sports section on KSAT.com and look for the KSAT Sports Now page. We post videos, articles, and full episodes Monday through Friday, so make sure to check it out and catch up on the best local sports coverage in San Antonio. And that's going to do it for this Friday night edition of Big Game Coverage. Mary, who do you got winning on Sunday? It's the Packers at the Cowboys and the Titans at Texans. Who wins each game and why?
Why do you have to do that to me?
Oh, I didn't write that question.
I just saw, okay, right off the top of my head, I'm going to go Packers. They're just a little bit more complete right now. And without CeeDee Lamb, that's a big loss for the Cowboys. So maybe the Cowboys will do something crazy, but I have the Packers winning that one. And the Texans get their first win of the season over former UIW quarterback Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. How about that?
I agree as well. I think the Texans are finally going to find the win column. And you know what? I am excited to watch that Cowboys-Packers game because I really want to see what Micah Parsons can do against his former team.
It's going to be an emotional one.
It
Crazy.
Sure will.
Can't believe it.
So that's it for us tonight. Make sure to join us Monday night at 7 on KSAT Sports Now because it's Spurs Media Day. Will be our first look at the 2025-26 San Antonio Spurs under the first full year for Spurs head coach Mitch Johnson. The entire KSAT 12 sports team will be covering Media Day, so make sure to join us throughout the day on Monday at noon, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. the Night Beat, and 7 p.m. on KSAT Sports Now. For all of us working late tonight here at KSAT 12, have a good night, everybody, and a great weekend, and we'll see you all again on Monday.